The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is just 2 months away from launch, and the latest leaks have revealed everything, giving us the clearest look yet at Samsung's upcoming flagship. Today, I'm going to show you all these confirmed leaks, the biggest upgrades, including the price and expected release date. Ever since the S21 Ultra, Samsung has basically stuck to the same design philosophy and camera setup for the Ultra series. And even the S25 Ultra, despite being powerful, didn't deliver the big leap everyone was waiting for. For a lot of people, it actually ended up being a pretty big letdown. But with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, that's where things finally start to change. Now we've got an almost final look at the device, and honestly, the changes are there, but they're a mix of exciting upgrades, some massive improvements, and a few new letdowns from Samsung. So without wasting any time, let's get right into the design. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is going to be thinner and lighter, and that's the complete opposite of its biggest rival, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which comes with a unibody aluminum design, bulky and heavy. The S26 Ultra is expected to come in at just 7.9 millimeters thick and around 214 grams, making it one of the lightest and slimmest flagships next year, which should make it way more comfortable to hold and use. Also, the corners are more rounded now, and the edges have this smooth, chamfered finish. The S Pen got a small redesign too. The clicky end is now curved so it sits flush inside the slimmer frame, and yeah, it doesn't have Bluetooth anymore. One of the most noticeable changes is on the back. The camera setup now sits on a raised island. It looks cleaner, sleeker, and way more premium than the rings on the S25 Ultra. But does this mean we're getting a massive camera upgrade? We'll see. Overall, the S26 Ultra redesign leans toward a more refined, modern look. Thinner body, smoother curves, and a cleaner overall aesthetic. According to Ice Universe, the S26 Ultra will use Samsung's new M14 panel. While it might retain the same 2600 nits peak brightness as its predecessor, the real improvement lies in efficiency. Combined with CoE technology, the new panel should deliver significantly better battery life. The S26 Ultra is also expected to introduce a new privacy display mode, FlexMagic Pixel, that basically dims off angle viewing automatically for extra privacy. Overall, Samsung's displays never disappoint, and with these improvements, they'll definitely be stronger. But honestly, we were expecting even more based on those early hyped leaks. The selfie hole punch is noticeably bigger than the S25 Ultras, and that's because the 12-megapixel front camera now has an 85-degree field of view, wider than the S25 Ultra's 80 degrees. So yeah, the lens is basically wider. That's why the cutout looks larger. Speaking of cameras, let's get into the rear setup. This is one of the upgrades everyone's been waiting for. Though the leaks are a bit mixed, most of the main specs remain basically the same as the S25 Ultra, except for one lens. You're still getting the 200-megapixel main, the 50-megapixel ultra-wide, the 50-megapixel periscope 5x, and the 10-megapixel or possibly 12-megapixel 3x zoom, with slightly larger apertures on the main and 5x telephoto lenses. What's going on under the hood? Earlier leaks suggested Samsung would return to a dual chip strategy across the S26 lineup, Snapdragon for regions like the US and China, and Exynos for the rest. The latest updates, however, sound much better. That split will now only apply to the regular S26 and S26 Plus. The S26 Ultra, on the other hand, will get the top-tier Snapdragon, meaning it should launch globally with Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. That's great news. No one wants an Exynos chip on the Ultra, especially since the latest benchmarks show that while Exynos is finally catching up to Apple's A19 Pro and Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, it's still not quite there. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. According to Ice Universe, the S26 series will come with 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM at 10.7 gigabits per second, though many had hoped Samsung would start at 16 gigabytes. Still, the faster RAM should improve multitasking and AI performance. Before we get into the price and release date, let's talk about the biggest upgrades in the Galaxy S26 Ultra that everyone's been waiting for. Even with the battery staying at 5,000 mAh, the new chip and display should noticeably improve battery life. Wired charging is finally jumping to 60 watts, a significant upgrade after years stuck at 45 watts. Wireless charging is improving too, 25 watts 2QE2 with magnetic alignment. Samsung is also working on better thermals, so sustained performance should be better. According to the latest leaks, and unlike all the earlier rumors, the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't pushed to March. It's still coming at Samsung's usual unpacked schedule, so the unveiling is expected in late January, with the phone hitting stores by mid-February. As for price, it should stay the same as the S25 Ultra, starting at $1,299. So what do you think about these leaks? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more video leaks, check out this next video. Leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.